they finally met, I think, at the finish line at Western States getting their award. And I was watching them. And I said, somehow I feel responsible for that.
Oh.
Somehow.
How are you watching that when you were still like 100 miles back?
No, at the award ceremony.
Oh, okay.
We're all getting our buckles. I was watching across the crowd and they were chatting and going, I think maybe I'm somehow responsible
for
for
Oh my goodness, Norman. Oh my gosh.
Hey everybody, we're back. Yeah, we didn't leave you.
No, just had a little break, but we're back with a final year in review.
Wow.
Dun dun dun.
It's been quite a year.
Sure has.
What are the highlights of this year?
Well, let's start with Gotta Run. So we had first year for 3 of our races, Lost Treasure, Biddle 50, and Rainbow. And the final year for Chase the Coyote. So it's been an interesting year. We've met so many new runners, and it's been pretty exciting.
Yeah, because when we opened up our events north of Toronto, like with the Rainbow and that, we're getting whole new participants, like
drawing from a new area.
Yeah, a new area coming. Yeah. They're coming down from the north.
Yeah, which is exciting.
Yeah, cool.
And we've produced a lot more content in 2022 over 2021. You've added several new virtual treadmill runs from our travels.
Yeah.
So check those out. We're currently in Snowmageddon, so most of you will be running on the treadmill. And if you want to stare at some scenery instead of a rerun of Seinfeld, check out the channel.
Yeah, we did Istanbul, Cappadocia,
Barbados,
Grenada. Greece was Santorini. Wow, just keeps going on and on.
Have you released Santorini?
It's ready to go.
Okay, so that one's coming hot off the press.
And also, Chase the Coyote virtual is ready to go as well.
That's right. That's right. So
okay.
Coyote's not completely gone. And we also joined Patreon, which is kind of exciting.
Yeah.
And we're looking for some more subscribers. So please
support the channel.
If you like
what you see or hear.
That's right.
Let us know by any means possible.
That's right. Because we're putting the funds towards some new microphones.
Whatever funds come our way goes right back into the show.
Right back into the business.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So without further ado, are we going to start with
let's recap our podcast of who we chatted with all year.
In case you missed those episodes, we're going to give you the reasons why you need to tune in.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Well, this year still we're here was a Western States year mostly. We wanted to chat with so many people who went to Western States because of the deferral, the 2 years. It was the year where there's the most Canadians at Western ever.
Yes.
25, I think. And usually you get about 10 tops.
Which is how it's going to be in 2023.
Right. And going forward.
So we were so lucky to be there in a year when there were so many international runners. Because it really did make it exciting and they were very welcoming.
Right. So that's why we did a series of the Canadian Trail to Western States. And we chatted with a lot of people who were there.
That's right.
And who was our very first one back a year ago, can you imagine, was who?
Leo Fung.
Leo Fung, yeah.
That's right.
I do remember him. He's quite the go-getter. He likes his drink, too. I remember during the podcast, his ice kept jingling when he was taking a drink.
Well, we joined him with I think we both had beer that day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a celebration of the new year. What I remember from Leo was the running with the burros story.
Yep. And his favorite burro was Buttercup.
Buttercup. That's right.
Yeah, he did that. And also after Western States, which he did well at, he went right onto Hard Rock, which is not easy to do. So that was a good one to know.
Absolutely. All right. So next up, another Western States contestant, Mike Jolie from Alberta, BC, Alberta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got in pretty good and pretty fast. But Western States was his 4th ultra in 4 countries.
Right.
Because he did New Zealand, Australia, Canada, then US. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Next up, which it's hard to believe, at the beginning of the year, she was not a household name in ultras, but she's definitely not closing out the year that way. She is known. And her name is Marianne Hogan from Quebec. And at the time, she was the Bandera 100K golden ticket winner, which got her into Western.
Well, her name came across our desk when she came second to Courtney DeWalter at Cape Town,
right?
Which was this time last year.
Yes, that's right.
And I said, "Oh, we got to keep an eye on this one."
Mm-hmm.
And then
sure enough,
she ends up winning Bandera, gets a ticket to go to, and then we'll let you know how she did it because we did this podcast again with her.
Yeah, we replayed
after
it
Western.
after Western.
Yeah. So.
And then next, we actually did an unboxing of some shoes. Our question to you guys is, do you like unboxing videos, shoe reviews? Would you like more? Would you like less? Or would you rather we didn't do it at all?
Check out that video of the unboxing. If you like what you see, let us know. And then, hey, we'll do more.
Exactly.
Yeah. No
okay. Next up was Derek Mulhall, 5 years journey to Western States.
Yeah, it was finally nice to meet him at Western States.
He kicked ass.
He did well. He did very well. I know. His pacers were really with him. He's been running with his buddies for a long time. And in fact, his pacer, Casey, we're going to have on the podcast because he finally got in, I think, after 9 years or something crazy. So,
yeah.
Good.
All right. Next up from the west coast of the USA is Vaughn Fan. And she was the winner of Across the Year's 10-day race. She's extremely well known in the ultra scene because she has completed over 350 ultras with over 140 trophies. And I think she's added a few more since we talked to her.
Yeah, she's not stopping anytime soon. I think she wants to get to 500 ultras. That's her goal.
That was her goal,
so,
yeah.
hey, just keep plugging away. I hope to meet her soon in person.
Yeah, exactly. All right, moving on to I2 Silikbas from Oakville, Ontario, who we spoke to because he was a Western States contestant, and we actually met up with him. He and his wife graciously invited us to Turkish breakfast, which was amazing.
And it was great to run with him before Western. We actually did 50K together in the Hockley Hills.
Yeah, that's right. And then we met his brother, Icut, in Cappadocia.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was really cool. And big news for I2, he's on the wait list for Hard Rock.
Yeah, I think he's going to get in.
He's high up on the wait list.
Yeah, he's high up on the wait list. So he's training for that.
That's right. And funnily enough, I was the one that broke the news to him because I was watching the lotteries that day, and he had pretty much given up watching Hard Rock. And then I messaged him, and he's like, "No way, I got in."
Well, I don't know if... Hey, I2, if you need a pacer at Hard Rock, hey.
Oh.
I need some verts for UTMB.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. All right. The next one was our first controversial opinion podcast.
Well, it was our opinion, but that's when we finally realized that, wow, there's actually people listening to us. Because
that was when UTMB decided to suspend Russian and Belarusian athletes from the race.
And we had our 2 cents on it.
That's right.
And I would say for the most part, people agreed with us.
I think for the most part, yeah.
But hey, some people didn't agree. That's fine.
But that's okay. That's why.
That's what
makes us different.
That's what the discussion's all about.
You're allowed to have your own opinion, right?
Nevertheless, that was the first time we realized that we actually have listeners out there.
Because we got people that didn't agree with us.
Yeah, and they made us know that.
But it's a privilege to be able to speak our opinions.
Yes.
Because not everyone in the world can. So we're very grateful for that. Next up is a local runner, Stephanie Maggs, who is working her way through the 7 continents marathon and half marathon club.
Yes, she got all the way there, and despite COVID and everything else, she actually stepped foot on Antarctica to finally run this marathon. But what happened?
Gotta listen to find out. Wasn't Stephanie our first return guest?
Yes, our first return, because we wanted to know what happened.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Steve Day, another Western States runner. And you met him at the camp, I believe.
You know what's funny at the camp? This is where I met a lot of our Canadians going to Western States, because I went to the camp, and then a lot also went to the camp. But I remember him coming up to me, "Hey, Norm, I'm Steve." I went, The guy's a giant. 6'5", 6'6"?
Yeah.
That's was like, Steve? You just don't know when you're sitting down chatting with each other.
Over Zoom,
Over
yeah.
Zoom. It's like, he was just towering over me. But it was great to run with him for 3 days. Well, I didn't run with him. I was in his vicinity, but he was always ahead of me. So anyway, we had a good chat after.
He had great support on Western, too. I met his family that day. All right, next up from BC, Paddy Humany, who also had a 6-year journey to Western.
And I remember his video, when he finally got in, they posted his video of him watching the lottery live. The guy started crying.
Aww.
It's so funny. But hey, his journey is credible. If you listen to his podcast, the podcast we had, the guy broke his neck.
Yeah.
And then he came back and kicked ass.
Amazing.
Crazy.
Amazing. All right, another name that's now becoming more known in the ultra world from BC, Jasmine Lowther. She was the Canyons 100K champion, which got her a ticket, but she deferred her Western, I believe.
Well, you can't really defer the golden ticket. She had to take it or not.
Oh, okay.
But it was only a month after, and she's like, So I think she opted out, but I'm sure she just can easily go back, just go win another ticket, I guess. I don't know. But it was funny because nobody knew who she was.
No.
On the start line, nobody knew who she was until the finish line. Then they go, wow, who was that?
And she came fourth at CCC this year.
Yeah, so she's still doing well.
Yeah, all right. Kevin McKinnon, Marathon des Sables, Part 1.
Yeah, that's because he was there to announce the Marathon des Sables, but he came from a triathlon world. And he went to, and this is the first time being experienced in the ultra world.
As an announcer.
As an announcer.
Yes.
And yeah.
He's got some great stories.
He's got some great stories. But even his story on how he got there to Marathon des Sables, it was not easy.
No, not easy at all.
But that was a part 2. That was part 1 of part 2 series, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And part 2 was from Winnipeg, Carolyn Wiebe. And she finally accomplished her bucket list race at Marathon des Sables, and it was not easy.
No, it was not easy, but she just couldn't believe she was actually finally there, which anyone who accomplishes something they've been striving for so long, you got to give your hats off. Just getting there is hard enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, and another Western runner, Rohan Aurora from Vancouver.
Yeah.
We never could find this guy.
No.
We kept saying, okay, we're going to be here at this time at Western. Missed him. We're going to be here at this time. Missed him. And then when did we finally meet him? On course?
On the track. On the finish line.
No, you were leapfrogging.
Yeah, well, I was leapfrogging, but when did you finally meet him?
I met him on the track, but you met him finally during the race.
We finally met up at an aid station. No, we met him climbing the ski hill together. The guy just...
at the beginning?
At the very beginning.
Oh, my God.
And then from there, we leapfrogged the entire race.
Right.
It was just incredible.
All right, so yet another Westerner, Chelsea Topping, her 6-year journey to Western, and you also met her at the camp?
Yeah, we shared some kilometers together. Chelsea, myself, and a couple of others were running with Casey Lichtai for 5K right into No Hands Bridge, which was awesome. So then at No Hands Bridge, we all just took pictures together. That was great.
And then you crawled to
crawled
Auburn.
Yeah.
I must have wiped you out, sticking with Casey for 5K.
Well, it was a downhill section, so I was able to...
Oh, there's the secret, folks. There's the secret.
Yeah, I was able to... Oh, I'm glad this is the downhill section. Yeah.
All right. Another Marathon des Sables participant and crazy marathon world record holder, Jordan Trope from Baltimore.
That's right. He's great chatting with him. He has a lot of energy. He was a great chat with, and
he's a doctor.
Yeah.
In the military.
Yeah.
Military doctor.
Yeah.
Very young guy too. So
yeah.
he's got a lot of left of racing in him.
And he holds the world record for
Back to back to
the
back.
fastest 3 marathons in a row.
Yeah, check that one out.
Yeah, for sure,
if you
yeah.
haven't. And then Quebecer Stephanie Simpson,
Mm-hmm.
who participated in the Cocodona 250.
Right. She probably got that done. She's a long distance runner. That's what she is.
Yeah, very strong.
She's done some backyard ultras, and now she's trying to get to Badwater. She's not going to give up until she gets there, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Okay. Race director from Lost Soul Ultra, Dean Johnson.
Yeah, fun guy. I liked how he talked about his medals that they give out, which is these river rocks.
Oh, yeah.
1,000,000 years old. But one day we'll get there, Lost Soul, because we hear so much about it.
We do.
Yeah, running the coolies.
Yeah, that's
And it's
right.
the only Western States 100K qualifier in
In
Canada.
Canada.
Lost Soul.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we had a couple encore episodes because Elsa McDonald and Marianne Hogan kicked butt at Western States, being second and third female respectively.
I got to tell you something about these two women. It was when we chatted with Elsa back in 2020.
Wow, was it 2020?
Yes, it was.
Oh my gosh.
And she won her ticket to Western at Bandera,
Right.
but deferred because the world shuts down. And then, so we knew that she was going to be at Western States in this year, 2022.
Mm-hmm.
We also chatted with Marianne Hogan, winning her ticket at Bandera,
Right.
going to be at Western States this year. So here we have 2 Canadian women, both winning Bandera tickets to Western, and their times were about 5 minutes apart.
Wow.
So we knew that those two were the ones to look out for.
Absolutely. And then Marianne followed that up with a second place at UTMB.
Yeah.
Hello.
And not only that, they never met before. They finally met, I think, at the finish line at Western States getting their award. And I was watching them. And I said, somehow I feel responsible for that.
Oh.
Somehow.
How are you watching that when you were still like 100 miles back?
No, at the award ceremony.
Oh, okay.
We're all getting our buckles. I was watching across the crowd, and they were chatting and going, I think maybe I'm somehow responsible
Oh my
for
goodness, Norman. Oh my gosh. Anyways, we get to see Elsa when we go I'm doing Run the Rocks in Moab in March, so we'll get to see her again there.
Yeah.
Cool. And then the next one was your Western States journey.
Yeah, finally I got it done. We did a podcast about my experience at Western States. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we have Jason Kuhlman,
Mm-hmm.
who became a friend of the podcast. 50 100-milers in 50 states is what he's going for.
We did meet him at Western
We did.
as well. He did not complete it. He's going to go back. He's going to make California, the state of California, be on his list, obviously, for his 50 states, 100 miles.
Right. But he's also from Canada.
Yes.
He's born in Canada.
Yeah. So,
Right.
anyway, he's a great story, and he's still going after his record, or trying to get 50 states, 100 miles.
Very sweet guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, Joanna Ford, who had completed Hard Rock 100 after 9 years.
9 years, and she was going to stop. She was just, I give up. This is taking forever. And then she gets called. Hey, never give up.
No, can't give up. All right. Another Canadian, Ihor Veras, winner, Fat Dog.
Yeah, Fat Dog. Not an easy course. I think it's probably our hardest ultra in Canada.
Oh, for sure it is.
It's comparable to people who've done UTMB, the time they finished UTMB and the time they ever finished Fat Dog. It's the same.
You get a few extra miles in there.
Yeah, you get 20 more miles. That's the reason why. So.
And he's, at the time, he had not lost an ultra that he...
No, he hasn't lost an ultra to get, and I don't think he has yet. So,
Yeah.
good on him. He's a young guy.
And he participated in the backyard showdown there, too.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
World's backyard. Ultra.
Two-time winner of Leadville, Adrian McDonald, also new to the scene. And he just won Ultra Trail Cosi, I think I'm pronouncing that right, in Australia, which is another UTMB.
Well, I'd like him to keep going back to Leadville and keep winning this thing, because I think the record's 3 in a row. Maybe someone's done it, and then he can tie that record. He could eventually beat the record. Yeah.
Yeah. Another young guy.
Yeah. Fast runner.
Okay. Kathleen Egan, winner of Bigfoot 200. This is another runner who excels at the longer distances.
Yeah, long distance.
Yeah.
We chatted with her about Tahoe and even her Western States journey. We chatted with her. She got in with 1 ticket at Western, but years ago, anyway.
Right.
Yeah, it's a great story there.
And next up was the final runner to complete Chase the Coyote, Neil Baird. And we also kind of did a dual podcast there of closing the chapter on Coyote. But it was great to have Neil on the pod just to get his reflections on the race, because he's participated in, I believe, 3 times.
Well, yeah, and that was his first ultra.
That's right. First
so there you
ultra.
go. So, and he's, how old is he?
He's in his 60s.
Yeah, so to complete an ultra first time in your 60s, hey, why not?
Go for it. All right. From East Coast, Dawson Mossman.
Yeah.
And his chat, well, he's done a lot. He's a fast hiker, what do you call it? Fast packer? Through hiker? Yeah, whatever. Madeira Island, which is a place we definitely want to visit. He's done the Ultra Trail there, Western States, UTMB.
All this year.
Oh my gosh.
And others that he surprised us with when we chatted with him. So, yeah.
Right.
Check him out.
Check him out. Then we had our recap of Cappadocia in October. Cappadocia, Turkey, which was amazing.
The video's out on YouTube. Please give it a watch. Leave your comments below, and one day, hopefully, get to Cappadocia, because it's a big event. It's 1,000 runners.
Yeah. It's. Are you doing a virtual of that?
They're all ready to go.
Okay. All right. So watch for that, and then you can see why you want to sign up.
Yeah.
All right. Someone who we met in Cappadocia is South Africa's Mike Obery. We were immediately drawn to him because we met him at the airport. He saw Norm's Western States knapsack, and we immediately struck up a conversation in the lineup to get on the plane. And his energy was incredible.
Yeah.
And we knew we wanted to chat with him, which we did. He just finished Cape Town himself, and he got through it, and he's really hoping to get to Western.
He has now another ticket, so next year, hopefully.
Yeah, we're cheering for you, Mike.
Well, not next year. Hopefully get in 2024.
Right. Right. And then we have Triple Crown winner. So that's the 3 200-milers in 4-month span. Tahoe, Bigfoot, and Moab. Teresa Nielsen.
From Canada.
Again, another Canadian woman kicking butt.
Yeah, going down to the States and saying, this is how it's done.
That's right. Oh, man. And then, oh my gosh.
Back to
the
back.
women in this series.
I think
awesome.
This was a woman's
the
year.
year of the women.
Yeah,
yes, I agree with you. Amanda Nelson from just outside Woodstock, Ontario, who just completed Desert Solstice in Arizona. She has the Canadian record in the 100-mile and the 12-hour distance. I think she was going for the 100K.
And she did get it. She broke the 100. No, she broke the 12-hour record.
Right.
Canadian record there.
But didn't quite get the 100K.
Or the 100-mile.
Right. But she still holds the 100-mile.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, so she has a great story, too.
Well, yeah, and she was running with Camille Herron, which is what she...
Who also...
was able to push her.
Yeah, for sure.
Or she could hold on to her. Depends how you use it.
Yeah. Another race director, we had Brian Gallant from Sinister Sports, and we were chatting about Canada's only 200-miler, the Great Divide, that's coming up next year.
And I think what a great place to put it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, in the Divide Trail race. The Divide Trail that goes through Alberta and BC. And
yeah, no, it's going to be...
It's the never-ending trail there.
Crazy. And they had a great response to that, I know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how about you reveal the top 3 downloads? Is that what we call it? Top 3 downloads? Top 3?
Well, the only way to based on the algorithm and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. Basically, the most downloads from our year of podcasts determines who are the top 3 winners, I guess. So coming in number 3, it's me and us.
Yay!
Our take on Western states.
That's right.
I didn't think anybody would even listen to that one. It's like, I'm nobody. Anyway.
Number 2?
Go ahead.
Teresa Nielsen, Triple Crown winner.
Yeah. Canadian
lady. Yep.
Yep. I guess people wanted to know about the Triple Crown.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And number 1 is...
Joanna Ford.
Whoa.
Hard Rock 100, 9-year journey.
The most downloads that we had of our 30-something podcast that we launched or released this year is Joanna Ford. Congratulations, Joanna!
Woohoo!
Hope to see you one day. Hope to come over and do one of our events.
All right. What a year it's been.
Yeah. Yes. What a year it has been. So, what's coming up next year?
Well, we'll have of course, if you're in Ontario or the region and you want to check out one of our races, please head on over to GottaRunRacing.com. I'm going to be working on the registration in January so that we can have that open. And we're also going to offer an exclusive promo code for all of our races if you are on our newsletter list.
Okay.
So if you're not, when you go to GottaRunRacing.com, there's going to be a pop-up that allows you to sign up for our newsletter. Make sure you do that, and everyone on that list is going to get a promo code.
Okay.
Okay? This promo code will not be advertised on social media.
Ooh.
It's just for our newsletter subscribers.
So you have to head over to GottaRunRacing and check out our website.
Also, we are asking you guys, if you're listening, please give us a like, give us a follow, give us your comments. You can put comments on our videos. You can put comments to our email, GottaRunRacing@gmail.com.
Or even under the a podcast episode.
Right.
You just scroll to the bottom of Apple or wherever you listen to.
Reviews, etc.
Yeah.
They actually mean a lot more than you realize.
Yeah.
It takes a couple seconds. We would really appreciate it if you did that.
Yeah, good or bad. The other one doesn't care.
No. We welcome all. We welcome all.
Or to say,
comments.
hey guys, you should do this. Okay.
Yeah, please give us suggestions. And on that note, we want to wish everyone a safe, happy, and run-filled holiday season and an amazing 2023. And we look forward to meeting more of you. If you see us at races and you listen to us, let us know, because it's exciting to know that the word's out.
I'm still in shock when someone says, hey, I listen to your podcast. What?
You do? No, but we're having fun, and we're going to keep doing this because we enjoy it. And we're going to keep doing it because we love what we do.
And we already have a lineup coming in January of who's going to be on our podcast.
Yeah, we've got some guests lined up, and we're going to get to that as soon as we can in the new year.
Okay.
Until then.
Stay tuned. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.